Let's fucking go. You are listening to the Outlaw Apostle Podcast. I'm your host, Troy Neff. I'm the fucking guy.
Whoa! Who knew I would make it this far? They hated, they never believed me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball. I know I make it look easy. Yeah, Mayweather with the defense. I don't care what a critic got to say. I got them picking up the pieces. That to me, you really playing with your life. I'm about to come and run it all back. I'm the new era, about to snap back. You ain't fitting for it, cause you all cap like. Hold up. I shoot my shot, wait, hold up. I'm really about to run this go up. You know it's all net when it go up. Ain't got no other plans, you don't need to understand.
And welcome. It is Wednesday, it's Hump Day. And you're listening to the Outlaw Apostle Podcast. I'm the host, Troy Neff. I'm the fucking guy. And our other fucking guy is seated directly across from me at the controls. And at least the controls are okay right now. I was a little worried they might have a hammer taken to them a little earlier.
Very close, I'll tell you what. It was very, very close.
Yeah, a little frustrated. Leo, good morning to you.
Good morning, Troy. How you doing, man?
Great. Yeah, I have a little story here in a minute. And seated next to him, gonna chime in today, offer some contributions, have a little back and forth. We got Mikey G. Mikey,
morning,
good morning,
sir. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. So I violated my rule last night.
What's that?
Well, I have some rules when I gamble. There are two, basically. One is I set an amount that I want to win. You know, and usually that minimum of that is usually doubling your money. I want to double my money. And I took $1,000. So I wanted it to be $2,000. In fact, the one dealer, Don, he's just a jokester. And when he talks about the chips or Cash's chips, he'll say, $1 billion. He has his own way of like that. And or billions and billions. So I did the 1,000. I said, well, when I get to 2 billion, Don, tell me to leave. Because that was the goal, to leave then. And so what happened was it was a little choppy at the beginning when we sat down, but I started running off pretty decent, and I didn't play the animals very much. With the animals are the dragon and the panda. Those are side bets. The panda side bet, if it hits, it pays 25 to 1. And if the dragon side bet hits, it pays 40 to 1.
Okay.
So it's pretty nice.
Yeah.
So usually I'll put a $5 up there, maybe 10, but rarely will I put 25. And there are other people that put $100 chips up there. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
But anyways, I don't know, had a feeling. It's all you could say. It was luck. I put up $25 on the dragon, and the dragon hit, and $25 is immediately worth at 40 to 1, $1,000.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So with that and what I came in with and the other chips, I was really close to 2,500. So I'm like, all right, I get to 2,500. We're out of here. Well, what happened is I did get to 2,500, and I didn't get out of there. So I gave that 500 back, and then I did it a second time.
Oh man.
I got to 2,500, and I didn't get out of there. And just looking at the way that the game had been going, I decided to place, a pretty good bet, of, I don't know, it was probably $300 or $400 on Banker, and it didn't hit. Because there were certain patterns. Do the patterns really mean anything? Yes and no. So I was back in my 2000, and then we did just leave, because that was my original goal, was just to double it
Well,
like
you
that.
still
But
stuck to it.
I could have, yeah, of course. But I could have done the other, the other, and had a nice little extra there. But yeah, that didn't happen this time.
Well, I mean, at least you didn't lose money. At least
Oh,
you
no.
left as soon as
Yeah.
you doubled it. So you kind of stuck to your rule.
A little bit.
I'm stupid like this. I'm very vulnerable to just like, if I make it, giving it all back. That's one thing that I'm really bad with at gambling, because I don't know. I just get on my high horse. I'm like, well, why not just ride this quote
Yeah.
unquote hot streak, and then it becomes a cold streak, and
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck, I should have just fucking left.
But you didn't really have a goal.
No, I didn't. I was
See,
just,
it's a little bit, makes it a little
Yeah.
bit easier if you have a preset goal.
yeah, if it's
And
outlined.
then it's about time. So like the idea is, if you do it in 30 minutes, even if you enjoy the game, if you do it in 30 minutes, reach the goal, leave.
Yeah.
If it takes 2 hours, leave in 2 hours. So we'll see. We've been having a lot of fun with that, Dawn and I. And oh yeah, by the way, my
Oh, nice.
my
Your wedding-
ring, my wedding ring came in.
Nice.
Went and picked it up yesterday. So it's 14 karat, and it's yellow and white, and it's brushed
Okay. Where'd you
in
get
the
it from?
middle.
Not Costco.
No, this one I didn't get at Costco. I got this one at this shop at I'll have to look it up and give them a shout. But at this little shop at Santan Village, where some nice shopping there.
Okay.
And they're the ones we took Dawn's ring to have soldered.
Oh, okay.
And they did a phenomenal job doing it. It looks great. And all three pieces, are soldered together now, and all three pieces were Costco. For
So I
sure.
was curious about when you said you got it.
Yeah, and this is the most I've ever spent on a wedding ring too. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, it was, I don't know, 3,300, something like that.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, well, I don't get any diamonds in it, and I'm not doing anything stupid. I wanted it to look cool, but I also wanted it to be a little classic,
Yeah.
that it lasts, and I like doing the two-tone, since I'm wearing both silver and gold now again.
You didn't want to
Yeah,
stick with the string around the finger.
No, no, I had to do it right, and Dawn was very pleased that I did. So that was
They
all
usually
good.
are.
Yep. Yeah, we're getting all the little things done every day, getting a little closer, getting things set up and everything, final things we need. And looks like my suit will be in, so I'll have to go get fitted for that and then pick it up next week. So,
Nice.
yeah, and we're trying to finalize things at Bourbon and Bones. Amazingly, at least I think it's amazing, it would probably be 98% of the people that we've invited are showing up.
Oh.
It's a high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I usually expect at least like a decent amount, just based off scheduling or whatever they
Mhm.
got going on in their life. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
it could, and then the one couple that can't, they're great people, they're good friends, but they are in Missouri, so but we couldn't, we would never not have invited them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Leave that in their court,
Yeah. It's a gesture.
because it just would have been, they're good friends. It'd be shitty not to invite them.
For sure. Yeah.
And let them decide from there. And my friend Tino Amaya, up in Michigan, he's actually catering a wedding on Friday, and he might leave Saturday morning to get here to
Sheesh.
do that.
That's a
I mean,
friend. For
yes,
sure.
it is. Yes,
Holy
it is.
shit.
He's part of my tight inner circle, business, where we talk about all kinds of real life things, and we both have a great mutual respect for each other. And yeah, so that would be awesome if he was able to. And then it's my sister's coming, right? And she's coming in on Thursday, and she ended up getting tickets coming in on Thursday and leaving on Sunday. Well, when I was talking to her yesterday, she keeps asking, is there anything I can do for you guys and to the wedding, any help you need? And I said, you want to do something for me? I got something you can do for me. Because that's what I was hoping she was going to do before, was I said, you can change the flight, and I'll cover it, and go back on Monday.
Yeah.
And she goes, well, I thought you guys had won a day. And I'm like, we leave Tuesday for Maui, and, we work together. I mean, unless Dawn is at a hair appointment or nails, we are together 24/7. We're together every day. And that's how you kind of know, too, like how compatible you are, that you can be around the other person
that much.
It's a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a lot. And I think it only happens, or what really makes it possible is how much we have in common. And we didn't have to make like really any serious we didn't have to make any changes. We didn't have to just compromise. That's what I was looking for. We didn't have to really compromise because she likes the gym as much as I do and going as much.
Mm-hmm.
And you might be a gym rat and, married to a wife that doesn't, that's not a gym rat, but goes 3 times a week. And that's totally cool. But I mean, we're at the same level though, on that. And the same thing with the diet. That's pretty easy for us, to eat. We like mostly the same foods. We dislike mostly the same foods as well. So that just kind of makes it easier when you don't have to do that. She's, willing to try new things. Like, we had started playing pickleball, and really the only reason we probably stopped here for a while is my plantar fasciitis.
Not allowing that.
That's going to be, I'm going to have to make sure I have shoes on that work for that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'll have to see. Sometimes I pick out what I want to wear, then I go in the room and find the shoes. I'll have to do the other way around. I have to find the shoes first. So probably my Pumas.
Yeah, when I was working at LLB, we were there was like the shoe section. Like it was kind of just like whoever was available would help people out in that area. But what people would come in a lot of times is that they carried like the specific brand that made an insert for that, for plantar fasciitis or however it's pronounced. And like people would rave about this thing because it's just like how good they were. They're actually able to do stuff. Like they weren't like hindered by anything. So like I know like how big of a deal it was. Like crazy. I didn't realize how many people got it. Like it's a big deal.
Yeah, and it just doesn't seem to go away.
Yeah, that's the number one thing.
It's like, are you kidding me? What do we got to do here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, in going out to dinners, she enjoys that. I enjoy that. The travel that we do. She's over the top in sports. I mean, over the top. When it comes to sports, she's a dude.
Hey, I mean, that's not.
Yeah.
She's a dude that.
When it comes to sports. And coming up now that the college football season is just around the corner here, that means game day.
Oh, yeah.
And so the first thing we do when we wake up on Saturday morning is turn on game day.
Yep.
First thing. Wait. And if I don't have it on, she asks me why I don't have it on. And she doesn't get tired of how many games. And being here, specifically in Arizona, we get extra.
Yep.
We start sooner. We got the West Coast games that, we don't mind watching because they're not starting at 10, 11 o'clock.
Yeah, you'll get like
Uh-huh.
a 9 p.m. Washington game or Oregon
Something
game
like that,
or something
sure.
like that. Yeah.
And she, just like me, we'll watch games that are teams that we give two shits about.
Oh
So
yeah,
that's
I'm the same way.
yeah. So that's but finding a woman
That's like that. Yeah, that's completely different. Yeah.
yeah, completely different. So, yeah, very blessed in that we have all of that, and I think that's genuinely a positive thing, going into the marriage that
Oh yeah, I agree
that's a
100%.
high level.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, all right. Let's do a little sports to start off with, I guess. The WNBA security. Yes, this. At least 3 fans were asked by WNBA security personnel to cover shirts that had messages about transgender women participating in women's sports during Sunday's game against Atlanta between the Dream and the Indiana Fever. League said in a statement Monday the fans should have been free to wear the shirts. Well, when you have other people in the stands, right? Or when you have other people that are coaches that are wearing trans shirts about children, if they can do that, well, you're making a statement. It's speech. It's a shirt, but that shirt is speech. And if you're gonna on an issue, if you're gonna allow one side, you got to allow the other.
Yeah, you would think.
Maybe they could make a case if they didn't allow anybody to make, to wear any type of political shirt. Okay, that's different. Maybe that's okay. I still don't really think so, because I still think the First Amendment matters.
It
That
definitely
you
does.
should be allowed to. But yeah, that's it. The left does not believe in the First Amendment anymore. Well, they don't even believe in the Constitution, really, but they don't believe in the First Amendment or our rights to the First Amendment. They only believe in theirs.
Yeah.
And yours should be canceled. Yeah. The WNBA has been the subject of recent debates on whether transgender women, people assigned male at birth, who transition to align with their gender identity, should be allowed to participate in the league. There has never been such a player in the WNBA, although the league's collective bargaining agreement says the WNBA is restricted to women. It contains no more specific language about gender identity or sex assigned at birth. There have been players in the league who were assigned female at birth and later came out as transgender or non-binary. I think they're talking about Griner there, and I don't know who else, though. Sophie Cunningham of the Fever said in an ESPN profile published last month that she was opposed to transgender girls and women competing in girls and women's sports. Her stance led to small rallies outside Fever games, and the Storm minority owner, Celeste Keaton, got a 5-game ban for confronting 2 fans who had signs supporting Cunningham. The league informed the security workers from the Atlanta game they were wrong to ask that the message be covered up. See, I would have pushed it at the game because they didn't remove you, and I would have went to where they handle, customer issues, and I'd have been talking to somebody there that was in charge. And I've done that before because I've been asked to wear a shirt inside out. I think it was my "I'm the fucking guy" shirt, but yeah, that was definitely a thing So, and we'll see how it goes because Dawn and I didn't know Dawn did it. We didn't tell each other, but we each bought a Sophie Cunningham t-shirt. Yeah, t-shirt. I got a jersey, but I got to send the jersey back because it's just a little too big. Because that's how we used to wear them. It's like too big. I like it a little more fitted now, and I'm not a fat ass where a more fitted jersey is going to look bad. So I think I'm going to do that. But but anyway, so I got a great Sophie Cunningham shirt, and Dawn she found a different one, and Dawn is all about this now. All about the finger, giving people the finger. Sophie Cunningham, pointing at, okay.
I was about to say, my knowledge in
you did
WNBA is
okay,
very,
right.
very low, brother.
So this happened against the Phoenix Mercury. Okay. And they got into it. Bonner and Cunningham got into it. And Sophie didn't say anything. She just did this. And then, like, the internet went
like towards her bench or what? Well, like, what did she?
Her. And she
Just pointed at her and that's it.
Dude, but it was the way she did it. It took off. It's in a life of its own. If you go check things out, like Sophie's finger, it's everywhere. All these memes, and if that's going to happen, then what are you going to do with it? You're going to put it on a shirt and make a shit ton of money. So smart. She's pretty smart in that way. Yep, there you go. But she's pointed at other people too. But she doesn't say anything. So it's hard for a ref, to punish her. You know what I mean? Call a technical and stuff. She's just pointing at her. But the person that's being pointed at gets pissed. They get extra pissed. Yeah, the memes went. Everybody was making a meme out of it.
No, it's definitely the first time I've ever seen of it or heard of it.
Yeah, it's popular. It's still popular. So we don't play the Phoenix Mercury on Saturday. So really, our shirts are a statement too. It just stir things up a little bit. Yeah, we'll see if anybody says anything. And I don't care if they do. Well, however they treat me, they will be treated right back. That's how it's going to work. But yeah, it's support of Sophie. It's licensing it. I mean, she ain't dumb. But yeah, people supporting Sophie, there are people wearing the XXXY shirts. That's now a brand. Yeah. Yeah, it's a brand. And the CEO of that company has been getting close to Sophie Cunningham. And then, yeah, there you go. I need to get one of those too. Just because I've always kind of done shit like that, though. When the Duke lacrosse team was accused of raping this black woman, and the case fell apart because it was all a lie. The woman lied, made it up, and the prosecutor got disbarred. Yeah, that's how bad they did on the case and like tried to fuck these young kids over. When I was in North Carolina for soccer camps with my daughter, we went to Duke University, and just a beautiful, beautiful university. And I picked up lacrosse sweatshirts for everyone. just to show support, Yeah, I'm kind of like that. I like to say some things without always saying them, which I did on Monday. I wore the MAGA hat just so when Mikey G when he fixes up the videos, that people are going to comment on the hat. They're not even going to comment on the topic. And then they must keep a little folder of like their top 10 memes that they just keep reusing over and over. I'm like, dude, you've posted this same thing on my page 5 times. Use some words. You got some words like
that'd be too hard
to say? Yeah. Yeah, it's not even about having a conversation. They don't want a conversation. They just want to say some bullshit. No, please do. We need more numbers. And if that brings in more numbers, I'm okay with that too.
We did have a comment from Bob.
All right, Bob.
Giving you a little
good morning.
I'm assuming this is for your foot. It says roll the bottom of your over a golf ball. It might be a little bit of a typo there, but I'm assuming he's talking about your foot.
Yeah.
Roll the bottom of your over a golf ball, as much weight and pressure as you can. Stand 3 to 5 minutes, then roll it with a frozen water bottle. When your TV in the evening, do it a couple times.
But I skipped the commercials. But anyways, I've done the water bottle thing. I've not done the golf ball thing. So that is something to add. Bob knows about feet. He's got a lot of miles on his feet. That's for sure. So, yeah, we're going to do that. They played an important game last night. The Fever. They played Toronto, and that was their first time in Toronto. And Toronto's one of those teams that's on the edge, I believe. Well, they're on the edge of making the playoffs in that 8th spot. Mabry got into it with Mitchell. Mabry always gets into it with somebody. She's one of them that decked Caitlin Clark in her first season. Yeah. Yeah, she's a tough chick, but she's one of those tough chicks you dislike her when she plays against you, but if she was on your team, you'd be all cool about it. But Mitchell had another great game, 29 points in just 3 quarters, and sat out the 4th. Caitlin Clark had 24. I believe that game was the 20th game for Mitchell to have 20 or more points in a row. In 20 games in a row, she's had 20 or more points. And that ties the record of Asia Wilson. Asia did it across 2 seasons. So she did it at the end of one season, at the start of another. But just as far as the overall record, how many times has somebody done it? The record is 20. So she could have that record of next game. Yeah. In some of those, like, to me, that's a legitimate record kind of thing. But they keep coming up with all these ridiculous records to try to pump up the WNBA players. It's so unnecessary for them to do that, but they do.
It's all marketing.
Well,
you give someone a trophy and they're like, oh wow, look at what they're accomplishing. You get more people to watch.
Yeah. I don't know if they're getting trophies for this. They're just flat out just making shit up.
Just like giving people different accomplishments and stuff like that to entertain people a little bit more.
Hype it. That too. And that's neither here nor there. It's fine. But what I don't like is the fact that you can't say anything negative about any player or, how the game has gone or, talk about Reese missing that easy, pretty easy layup and things like that. Everything has to be, everybody's been told positive, 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 no matter what. And it just rings in a way, as somebody who's watching the game, you just think that's just not authentic. It's because it's just not real. That's not how things work. And it's okay to have, to make criticisms that are legitimate criticisms and not just attacking with no substance underneath it. And there is some of that, obviously, but there's legitimate things to talk about with the league. It's because you have a player that makes 3 good shots in a row, and then the next one is 2 yards to the right and 1 yard short. I mean, it looks horrible. Or, they are trying, since Caitlin got in the league, more players are trying to do some of the things that she does, specifically with the passing. Well, even Caitlin will go through streaks where she's turning the ball over because it's just not a good pass.
Don't want to do that.
No. And then you'll have, then you'll see another one with the Las Vegas Aces where, Gray is just perfectly looking one way. Somebody's cutting and behind the back and makes it. But then you're going to see a behind the back one, another one that's, that one you might not have wanted to do that,
Yeah.
But the ones they get right look very, very great. They look great.
Yeah. It's high risk, high reward, though.
Yeah. Oh, well, and Caitlin gets a lot of flack, a lot of criticism for that because she makes really the best passes in the league, setting her teams up, setting her players up. But she also contributes a lot of turnovers, and that she's got to get under, a little more control. And just a little more control will probably increase her assists per game, which is already the highest in the league.
Yeah, isn't she
it's
like
in the 9s. Yeah, but she could be 10, 11 easy, and will someday
with 2 less turnovers per game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure. Yeah, it's kind of like the Steph Curry effect. Like when he got in the league, because Flash always wins. Like everybody harps on fundamentals, but Flash will always win.
Right.
People just love that shit. When Steph got in the league, that's just how it was. Like everybody just started jacking up threes. Now, not everybody could make it at the same rate or even close to the same rate, but they were still shooting them because they wanted to do that, that shot and then turn around immediately, not even watch it go in because they know it's going in. Like everybody wants that moment. So it's like you could even go back to Allen Iverson. Like when he got in the league, he changed the whole game on how you played it, and then even how you wore your accessories and everything like that. Like the Flash just has always won, no matter what.
Yeah, I like him.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He's a GOAT.
Yeah, Iverson is good player. Yeah, and him hooking up with Shaq. And he had always been with Adidas, and so he's a big part of running the shoe division.
Oh yeah,
like he's
sure.
like a serious executive.
His shoes still go for a lot of money right now.
Yeah. Oh, but Kelsey Mitchell, I'm pretty sure she's wearing Adidas shoes.
Okay, so
well, one it was untied, and shoe came off, and then probably 5 minutes later, she's making some hard cuts, and came out of the other shoe. I was like, oh, that is not good for Adidas.
No,
They
that is
didn't.
not.
That's like, I forget who the shoe was, but wasn't it that dude that plays for?
You talking about Zion Williamson?
Yes,
When he like
he blew out his shoe, like
Yeah.
just blew it up.
Yeah, and I think he's wearing Nikes. I think he's sponsored by Nike, if I'm not
Yes,
mistaken,
yeah.
or something like that. But yeah, he yeah, I remember he just made like a hard stop, and like it's like the whole like bottom sole of his shoes just gave out.
Yeah.
Like that's I don't think I've ever seen that. And he's the type
No.
of player where like he's very violent in like his quick mechanics. So like he's very explosive when he jumps, when he stops, when everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, the shoe didn't make it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we got it.
All bad. Oh, this is it? Cool.
And yeah, that's an injury risk too. I mean,
Yep.
that didn't look good at all.
Yeah, look at his foot completely.
Just completely gives out. Just everything rips. Like I've never seen that. That's got to be a fitting issue. Those couldn't have fit him the best. Like, because I mean, it doesn't even stand a chance, and that wasn't even that bad either.
Right?
Like he was just stopping. Boom, and then it's like it just pops open, like almost like they were slightly too tight, maybe.
I don't know about too tight or not, but that's just crazy. Yeah, you can't have that. All right, so we're throwing this in there too. I posted it also on my Facebook. This is kind of like the new mom shoe, the new, in style mom. All of a sudden, is wearing the Samba Adidas, and that used to be if you were a soccer player, that was preferred shoe to just wear around. And so it's kind of made a comeback here over the last year. And so had been shopping for some people, and I looked up, I wanted to see if they had some, and maybe buy a pair for Dawn, but it turns out Dawn doesn't like them. I said, but it's like the cool shoe right now.
Yeah.
you gotta do that. And I came up, I seen this where it said gender inclusive Samba OG sneaker. I posted on Facebook and just asked people, like, what is this? What is a gender inclusive shoe?
It's a great question.
Just marketing. I mean, like if you think about it, all shoes have always been or what do you call it? Gender
Unisex,
inclusive.
gender
Yeah,
inclusive,
all shoes have always been like multi-sex. You have the men's size and the women's size. Like it's always been a thing. I guess now they're just using it as a marketing thing because it's like a thing nowadays.
Yeah, but that's the thing that we're in the culture war that we're on the side of fighting against, is changing the meaning of words and forcing that change on us. There's just no reason for it. And the thing is, when you look at the sizes, it doesn't give both men's and women's sizes.
Yeah, it does say only women, but there could be like a men's thing, a men's version of it, maybe like a separate page, maybe. But
because then
I say I agree. I think it's just the gender inclusive word. It's just so fucking grabbing that it'll just make people talk about it, good or bad.
Yeah.
because the only thing that I've noticed with the Sambas or whatever is the women platforms tend to have a little bit thicker of a platform or the sole to have them give them a few more inches of height. But that's the only like massive difference I've seen of the Sambas. But yeah, I've honestly never even paid attention to the name of the sneaker, to be honest with you.
Right. And that's just crazy. And it doesn't say men and women under the Adidas. It just says women. So it's like they tried to make it inclusive and did a half-assed job at it.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yep.
If you're going to do something, whole-ass it.
Yeah. I mean, where's the men's sizes? What the fuck?
Yeah, they're not there.
Not very inclusive, if you ask me.
Nope. But it was good for me.
Oh, they're gender inclusive. So they have a unit. That doesn't make any sense. Gender inclusive. Oh wait, this is a little bit a different style. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they do a bunch of collaborations with different artists and stuff like that, and then they'll change that little male, female, unisex, whatever, depending on who they're partnering with. But it's all the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because that one says unisex.
Yeah, it doesn't say
even
men. It
men's.
just says unisex.
Yeah.
But then it gives the sizes for both,
Yeah.
where the other ones didn't.
That is kind of wild. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, as a dude, I maybe not those specific ones, the glossy ones.
I have some crazy Nikes like that.
I think that's what it is, because I'm pretty sure these are all, they were meant, like the style is meant for quote unquote women. A little bit more kind of.
I mean, that looks like kind of like a dude.
I'd wear those.
Yeah,
are
those are dude looking.
But I think
So
the
are those.
big difference, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the soul is different on the men and the female side, because I think I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure because they used to, again, like you said, they used to be meant for indoor soccer. So I think once they started moving a little bit more towards the fashion thing, then that's when they started mixing in the whole men, women, unisex or whatever. Because it used to be just indoor shoes, and then you'd get them in women or male size. So I think that was just a marketing thing more than anything.
Definitely a marketing thing.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that.
No doubt. But I just, I notice shit like that.
Yeah.
It just pops up on me, and I just makes me ask questions.
It's annoying for sure.
Let's do, I think it'll be a good idea. Let's do Tom Brady. We can do some college or in high school or pro football, So basically it's a story about Tom Brady's thoughts on veterans playing in preseason games. We're down to 3 now. They only play 3.
Mm-hmm.
They used to play 4.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on how much time should the starters receive during preseason?
I mean, maybe like a drive or 2 per game at most. I really don't.
Isn't it one of those things that's dependent on the team itself? No.
I mean, it can be situational, but like me personally, I don't think the risk is worth it. We already have a lot of guys getting injured in the preseason. I can understand like the Cardinals, for example. They took Jeremiah Love, number 3 overall, and he has a high ankle sprain after one game, and now they don't know if he's going to be ready for week 1. Like, it's stuff like that. Like,
but I mean, injuries are going to come whether it's preseason or not, right?
You just don't know.
So
but I think it's more that the coaches don't want to get yelled at by fans. Like, why did you play him? You didn't need to play him. It was preseason. People don't like to be criticized. They don't like to take the heat.
The main reason I don't really mind if a team decides to sit their starters the whole preseason or only maybe, like I said, 1 drive, is because it's not the same. Like, it's not a real regular season game. Like, the reps are different. Like, yeah, the lights are on, the fans are cheering, but the feel is just not going to be the same. The reps aren't the same. Like, you really get an understanding of what people can do once they get into the regular season.
Yeah. But if you want to test some of these guys out, though, they need to also play against or be at, not just play against, they need to be able to play with some veterans.
Yeah.
To see how they're going to mesh and things like that. I personally think they should play some 2 drives in the very first game, and then you sit them. In the second game, the starter plays the whole first half. And then the third game, I would go back to 1 or 2 drives and then cut it off. That's my compromise of, you got to get some reps.
Yeah, for sure.
I thought that was the unwritten rule. I don't know if maybe it's just because all I do is play the video game. So but in the game, when you do preseason, typically the first game you're only gonna play, like you said, about a quarter, and then after that it's kind of like you get a half of a game, and then usually don't play at all the last game. So
I mean,
is there unwritten rules of preseason when it comes to newer players?
there's definitely unwritten rules, but it really comes down to like the coaching philosophy of the game. Like if they want, if that's something that they believe in, then they'll do. Some guys, they don't believe in playing their starters at all. So yeah, so I mean, it really just comes down to
Or the player.
Yeah, or the player. Like the coach.
But the player has to have some cachet.
Yeah.
Like you have to be Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, to have that kind of pull. But yeah, for the most part, it really comes down to how the coaching wants to run his team, how the coach wants to run his team. I mean, like I said, I don't mind it. If they want to play their guys, I understand why you would want to play them. And if they don't, I also understand why you don't want to play them. Like, it's one of those things where, like, I see both sides of it.
Yeah, I see both sides, but I also think there needs, that I give you my compromise. That's my compromise that I think that's real. And also getting that in because we used to play 4 preseason games. And now they dropped it, and they're looking to, I would say, by year 2030, maybe a touch later, that they'll want to drop another preseason game so that they can talk the players' union into making the season 18 games.
Yeah, they want to make it longer, which is crazy as fuck.
In football, is it realistic to think that they would do something like a preseason tournament? Because like in other sports, like it's a pretty common thing. That's how you kind of introduce your newer players. Is you do a preseason tournament and stuff like that. Is that
That's cool?
Is that not a common thing in football, or because it's so much more heavier on the body?
If there's, I say that's definitely why. If there's money to be made, I'm sure the NFL will explore it. They if there's money to be made, they'll always explore anything. But it like you said, it's because it's so taxing on the body that I think a lot of guys would probably just like a lot of players and coaches alike would probably not be okay with that. I think just by the climate of the league.
What is the size of a NFL roster?
52.
52 on a team?
Yeah.
How often do all 52 players play?
Shoot, sometimes that's
It's very situational for sure. But like on an average, like if let's say team is healthy,
all 52 guys are not guaranteed to be playing throughout the regular season. You'll have multiple guys in multiple positions that will never see the field.
So in those situations, wouldn't you?
Those are the guys that do play
in the preseason, right?
Yeah, those are the ones. And like he said, how they got rid of a preseason game. A lot of coaches are actually pissed that they dropped a game because it gives them less time to see what they have.
Gotcha.
Now they have to focus more on getting specific guys reps if they want to. Like, there's a lot more decision making.
So is there a priority on getting the new kids on the field on preseason, or are you kind of is that the priority with most teams?
Yeah, I mean Jeremiah Love was like I said, he was playing for the Cardinals in their preseason game. So like it again, Jackson Dart with the Giants. Everybody's pissed off at him again because it's a preseason game and he's getting knocked out on the sideline. Like,
didn't he take a really big hit on like one of the first drives or something like that?
And they were Harbaugh was not happy about that. And so like it is a priority, but like sometimes you got to protect the player from themselves too.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you're not gonna play the sport I chose you to play.
Like, we appreciate the effort, but we don't need you getting a concussion week 1 of fucking preseason.
Fan or not a fan of expanding the regular season?
Not a fan. I think it's 17 games is a lot as is.
It is. Yeah.
And I mean, it definitely added. I think 17 games added a lot of like stories and drama in terms of like late season records and like who's going to be in the playoffs and who's not. But I think if anything more than that, you're kind of playing with fire, to be honest with you.
Especially in a sport where there's already so many injuries.
It's a fuck ton of injuries. That's one extra game. Like, you got guys going into playoffs that they get hurt right before playoffs, and you have like think about how much that'll increase. Like, if they had a magical way to fucking decrease injuries, then I'd be like, okay, sure, let's do it.
No more tackling.
Yeah, no more tackling. 2-hand touch.
Well, I don't know what else we can do besides put them in bubble wrap,
Yeah, there's no way.
like little giants.
Yeah, for real. You can't prevent injuries. I don't know what the fuck it would take, but I haven't seen a viable option yet.
Yeah, the helmet thing, and now they have those padded goofy
The
things.
Guardian caps.
Oh my God, those are I would not wear
Is
one
there
of
science
those.
behind that? They like reduce
Yeah.
like head injury or something? Or?
Yeah, it's not guaranteed, but it drops your chances of it. And
What is it called? Sorry.
It's called a Guardian cap. Like, the guys that are usually more prone to concussions, they're the ones that wear it the most. Yeah, it's
Mhm.
basically like just some extra padded helmet. Or if you're coming off a concussion and you're playing, it's your first game back, sometimes they'll wear it like that too.
Yeah, that's just I could never do that.
Is it heavy?
I
don't think so.
I was about to ask, I wonder how it feels playing with that. Like, if there's a noticeable
'Cause
difference.
There's bulk on that. That's
Yeah.
for sure. I mean, it does say that it's some sort of like padding, foam padding. So
Yeah. Yeah, I honestly don't know too much about the science. I kind of just let them.
and it also lowers the temperature inside your helmet.
Huh.
Well, I think one of the reasons that they do that is to show that the NFL, this is the NFL now, is to show that they care about player safety
Yeah.
and that they are legitimately trying to do something about player safety. And that way they can limit the number of lawsuits
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and even more importantly, losing multiple lawsuits.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
I think that's a bigger reason than the actual health or that it really works so wonderful.
Oh, yeah. That's
You know?
definitely that's the number one driving force behind all those changes is the money.
Yeah.
The money will always reign supreme, unfortunately.
So it looks like it's a mandate. Everyone has to wear them.
They don't have to wear. Oh,
the
it says for the 26 season, teams can choose between. Oh, I wonder if that.
You have to wear one. The only exemption is practice mandate only if they choose one of the league's top performing newly engineered helmet models.
Oh,
provide
okay.
equal or greater independent lab safety scores.
Oh, so it's like those. I've seen what helmets they're talking about. They don't have like the Guardian cap, but they're shaped a lot different. That's crazy. I didn't know it was going to be a mandate. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, they have to do something about it. But here's the thing with like concussions and stuff like that. These guys know what they're signing up for, and when you ask them that, like they'll tell you that. Like, I know what I'm signing up for. I choose to do this because I want to fucking do this.
Right.
Like, this is I played this sport my whole life. Like, I'm not gonna fucking stop now. Like, I don't know. That's my only thing with concussions. Is like, you can't prevent it, and the players know what they're getting into, and they're okay with making that sacrifice.
Adult players.
Yeah, adult players.
And
I'm
high
talking about
school players.
NFL. I'm talking about NFL
Right.
players.
But I wonder how much damage is actually really done
Mm-hmm.
when 3rd and 4th graders,
Yeah.
5th and 6th graders.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's like very, very, very like not good for children to like.
Yeah.
That's why they like took heading away from like soccer. They took heading away from what do you call it? Little league.
Little league soccer, I
Yeah,
guess.
anything. I think if you're under the age of 14, you're not allowed to head the ball because it can cause a lot of severe problems. Maybe
I
not
can
right
see that.
away, but
Right. Well, that's
throughout,
what I'm
like, when you
saying.
grow up.
That these little kids, they don't have those extra padding or anything
Yeah.
like that, and their heads getting rattled,
Yeah.
and they're still doing. They don't have concussion protocols unless it's very
No.
serious,
Yeah.
and the kid is super dazed, and he's still dazed 15 minutes from now, and you're like, I'm gonna go to the hospital.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take him in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a thing.
And what sucks is that you can't look at that stuff or figure that out until you examine the brain. Yeah, until you examine the brain. So, I mean, it's one of those things that I don't know what the answer is for it, but they're going to have to figure something out.
I think they just signed a waiver saying, "Hey, I understand what I'm doing could kill me.
Yeah.
That's why I'm getting paid millions of dollars."
Well, I meant for like how he's talking at the younger level. Like, I think that's why flag football's got more popular. Yeah, that's all it is. But yeah, I mean, there's really not a concrete answer. I mean, if the NFL can't figure it out, who the fuck can? They're fucking hiring the best of the best. You know, the money that they're spending on that will be far less than the money that they'll lose in future lawsuits.
That's what I think it's about, limiting the lawsuits.
Yep.
With what they're doing.
Of course.
I don't know that, like I said, that it actually makes a difference. Playing more games probably isn't helpful.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, why?
Like, how many more, are you going to do? And the team's getting, if you're worried about teams getting hurt and your players getting hurt, and, you know, when I was growing up, they played 12.
Yeah.
12 games.
And they were playing with way less rules, too. They were getting fucked up.
I was going to have you look it up, but just number of concussions that they average a year.
In the NFL? Probably, oh my Lord, probably like 100. I would have to imagine 200 to 220. Yeah, like 100 even felt low. Historic low of 182 concussions in the 2024 season, and I think that was the year that they started changing the way they did kickoffs. Yeah, and that was like part of the main reason they changed the kickoff rules is to help with concussions. Like, I don't know. And they said that it helps with like making the game more exciting with more opportunities to return kicks, but I don't think
It
that's
didn't. It did. The results didn't show that.
I haven't seen that, so
It hasn't happened.
Yeah, it was a nice idea, but I like the old kickoff way better, 1,000
Me
times
too.
better. 0.4 to 0.6 documented concussions per game. I don't even. Okay. Yeah, you get half a concussion, a quarter of a concussion.
Is that one of those? He's got a light concussion.
Yeah, probably. That's done. Yeah.
Well, that is actually pretty interesting. How bad does the head injury have to be for them to like mark it down as a concussion?
Shit, I don't think it's not very bad these days. You fucking get your wind knocked out of you, and you're down longer than you need to be, and they're calling your ass back to the tent.
Yeah, but you can come out pretty quickly.
Yeah, if you can pass like whatever. Yeah,
but
there's like an exam that they do.
That's why they put it in a tent so no one else can see it.
Right.
That's
so
exactly.
No one else can
Fuck
see
right.
They have like I'm assuming it's like hand movements and then questions that they'll ask them to make sure that they're all there. And if you pass that test, then they're like, okay, you'll go back. But if you even answer one thing wrong for that, you're done.
Does each team have their medical to examine them, or is it an outside party that's examining?
I think it's team doctors and outside.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I was about to say because I feel like there could be a little bit of.
There used to be.
Yeah,
that's why they don't do that anymore.
That's why they. Yeah, it used to be like that.
I mean, if you any advantage.
Yeah.
Any.
Oh, yeah.
It's brutal.
Yep. And the player's never going to be like, oh, no, I'm too fucked up to go in. No, they're going to be like, I'm fine. They try to go back. You see dudes falling on their way back to the sideline, and they're like, what? What's wrong? Like, I'm good.
What did you think of the Mariner game?
Yeah, the biggest loss, shutout loss since 1888, I think they said it was. 22-0. That's like, I don't even know how. The Mariners have been such a massive disappointment. Like, they made the American League Championship Series, man. Like this season just had haven't.
Because spring training they looked good.
Yeah, and a lot of people blame the WBC, the World Baseball Classic, because a lot of guys that were in that are not playing well this year. And Cal Raleigh was their best player last year, and he's having a historically bad season.
What would feed into, like, if you're playing in the baseball World Classic, like, why does that correlate to you not performing well at your team?
I honestly, I think it's like, again, the type of person you are, because Pete Crow Armstrong played at the World Baseball Classic, and he was arguably the best player in that series for us, and he's having an MVP type season. It's him and Shohei Ohtani right now for NL MVP. So like, I think it's just a mental thing. Some people have like different routines of what they do in the off season leading up, and maybe even just throwing them throwing them off of their routine is enough to fucking send somebody overboard. I really don't know, because
That's like a common thing people like to blame, like, oh, they're playing over here, so like it's
everybody's blaming the WBC for if guys are struggling. Like, they blame the WBC right now. It is what it is, but I don't think it is. I think it's just like some guys, like I said, mentally they have a specific routine that they're used to, and if this is their first World Baseball Classic after being in the league for a minute, then that seems to be when they get like thrown off the most, because Pete Crow Armstrong, he's rather young in his career. He's only it's like his third season like in the majors. So like Kyle Raleigh had already been in the league about 5 years. So maybe that's the only difference that I'm seeing, is that the guys who have been in there longer have built up a routine that maybe throw them off in the offseason leading up to, and then that's why they're performing so poorly. Whereas younger guys, they don't have they don't have that exact routine built in yet. Maybe, I don't know. It's kind of it's something that nobody really has the answer to, because you would think the more reps the better, for sure.
Well, I'd like to say that, at least on my part, for that 22-0 is such an embarrassment, really. That as a manager, I would be apologizing to the fans. Seriously, I'd have a little press conference and apologize to the fans, and hold the players accountable a little bit. That just shouldn't be a thing. There's something deeper going on. It's hard to lose 22-0.
Yeah.
You have a mindset going on, or you have a mindset that's not going on, that is putting you in that position, and that is just horrible, and it's unacceptable.
Yeah.
It's just totally unacceptable, and it has to be said. And for a day or two, when the players are asked questions, they need to own it themselves. Each one, say, like, look, this is what I need to do. Don't talk about the other players, or if you had a different pitcher or another left-hander. Don't talk about that shit. Talk about your role, because your role is the only role that you can fix, and just take accountability for what you did, and say it was embarrassing. I'm embarrassed as a professional athlete that we could perform that poorly, because that honestly is what they've done.
Yeah, and I just had to double check myself to make sure I wasn't hallucinating. But they're only, as poor of a season that they're having, they're only 4 games out of their first place. So like, they're not like 4 games is an easy swing if you get your shit together. You would think that's like the mentality and the type of score that you get from a team that believes that they have no chance. Their record shows that they have no chance, and that's not the case here.
Yeah,
they are.
Well, and this was a shutout, but I have relayed the story here that the very first game I went to was in Cleveland versus Boston, and it was like 26-2.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
It was embarrassing.
Yeah.
Okay, very embarrassing. This is embarrassing.
And then him losing, Julio Rodriguez losing track of how many outs there are, and then throwing the fucking ball in the stands. Like, I think it just goes down. I think it comes down to coaching, man. Maybe the coach has lost the locker room. Like, they don't believe in him.
Yeah. Who started out the season like dog shit the first 15, 20 games, and they changed the manager? And was it the Phillies?
Phillies, yeah. And Don Mattingly is actually the head coach of them. Yeah.
which just shows you can do that at any time.
Yeah, that's 100%. I mean, obviously sooner rather than later if you can, but yeah, I think it's just one of those things where it's just you got to make a coaching change,
Yeah.
and it's all about timing with that.
Sorry, quick question.
Hmm.
So in this instance, when he catches it, doesn't realize how many outs there is. When he throws it over, is that the automatic double, or how does that? What is that rule?
That's a good question because not people aren't normally doing that. I would imagine it's an
Yeah.
automatic because when it goes on the stands, it's an automatic ground rule double. Yeah, but I think that's a little bit. I don't know because
Do you remember what the ruling on the play was, or?
it's is this the
Yeah, this is the video.
video of it right here? Yeah.
I think I can throw the volume on real quick because I am curious. I didn't realize.
Shutout margin of victory is 20-0. As Yelich
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like,
flies out for the second
I
out,
don't-
and there is run.
like that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know
Oh, number
how they score that. Like, it has to be a ground rule double. There's no other. There's nothing else that you'd be able to call that. Oh, they ruled it a home run, maybe.
Not a home run, no, it's an
Okay.
out. But then 2 bases from the field.
Okay, so an out and 2 bases. So yeah, ground rule
Figure
double.
out where the ball
Mhm.
was. Yeah, he thought it was 3
Yeah.
outs.
That makes because other than that, I don't know how you can't call that a home run. I mean,
No.
he caught the ball, he just threw it out. It's usually just an automatic 2 bases, so that makes sense for sure. But yeah, that's the type of shit where to me that just says coaching. Like your own player doesn't know how many fucking outs there are. Like that's the most basic fundamental thing in baseball. Like after every single play, everybody in the field communicates with each other. They look at each other and say, "Hey, we got 2 outs here." Like it's just how it's always been done. So
Yeah. All right. One more thing, Fauci, because I really like this story that Fauci's advisor has now pled guilty to concealing COVID records.
nice.
So all the people that have been, because all we've been getting from the left is defense of Fauci, and oh, he saved so many lives. He's a hero. Why are you guys picking on him? This is how you take Fauci down. Because he, pled the fifth, right? And he has immunity. But what happens is just like in the mafia, they get somebody at a lower level and they get them on a charge that's not going to be 5 years. It's going to be 20. Because 5 years, guys will do 5 years for the family.
yeah. Yes, they will.
They'll do 5 years. 25 years,
Get a little hesitation out of it.
yeah.
yeah, it'd be like, yeah, what was that you wanted to know? Yeah. And they're going to rat. Most of the time when prosecutors did get mafia or mob guys arrested, it was because somebody ratted. It wasn't because they did some great detective work
yeah.
and, proved it or figured it out or whatever. They would put the squeeze on. And I think, you're going to get a few more of these that are in and around Fauci that are going to take these deals. And one of the other reasons you take these deals is because if you don't take the deal, you could be spending, 3 to 5 years minimum in prison.
Yeah.
And it's starting out longer. It's starting out at 20. But they're making you offers. And when you see how much those attorneys cost you to prove your innocence, so hard, dude.
Deal looks sweeter and sweeter
hard,
by
that
the
deal-
second.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts. I mean, it's kind of just confirming everything we already knew from the start.
But there was
Once
no
again-
accountability. Now we're getting accountability. And I truly believe that this can lead to bigger things. And a bigger thing being Fauci himself.
Yeah.
And them doing this and following through, that's why I voted for Trump.
Yeah.
This is why. People ask, why did you vote? Because of this.
Yeah.
This is what I wanted to have happen. I wanted more of this kind of a thing. So we'll see where the next one is. Florida. Speaking of COVID, Florida's obviously going to get a new governor, and potentially they might get a black governor.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Byron Donald ran and just won the primary for the Republican side, and I think he would make a really, really good governor. So good on him. He's young. If he does a good job as governor, that we get a lot more. We get a lot more presidents that were governors than we do senators.
Yeah.
So,
well, I think it helps.
But good
too.
for him.
Being young is probably the best part of it because, like
Yeah.
you said, we're trying to get younger. We're not trying to get older in these positions.
Please get younger. Please. So, yeah, that's the last thing I had. And pretty awesome. Good stuff. All right, guys, we'll be back on Friday. We'll do our thing and wrap up the week. So finish strong. We'll meet Friday morning, 9 o'clock, Arizona time right here. This is the Outlaw Apostle Podcast. I'm your host, Troy Neff. I'm the fucking guy.
Whoa. Who knew I would make it this far? They never believe me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball. I know I'm making